You are most welcome. Thank you very much for coming.
We have 4 of these. This is one of them. We have the other 3 attached. One attached to this, and we have 2 upstairs. One for the college. And it's just commissioned, and the students will begin to benefit. So the entire College of Agronomy has been moved to this place now. We have the offices, we have the lecture halls, and we have the laboratories. So we'll locate them to this place through the 2009-2010 intervention. But the VC may add.
Well, the Honorable Minister of Information, like my minister has said, these projects are funded by ETF. And what we did was to fast for 2 years, that is, gather money for 2 years to be able to build structures like this. So that is why they are the way they should be in a university, not looking like a glorified secondary school. Thank you.
The other 2 blocks are March projects for 2009 and 2010. So they've been completed and the furnishing is ongoing. We've certified and we'll soon release the final disbursement. 4 laboratories of this thing, 2 on the ground floor, 2 on the first floor. And this project has been completed within a record time. The VC has to be highly, highly commended. It's less than 1 year from the moment we release the funds to him, with all the challenges, the terrains they have. You could say that this place is a bit marshy. So we really want to commend the VC and the contractor that performed this job very well.
Maybe we'll go out and say other Hello.
ETC. They like to see my face. CBT means computer-based testing, and what that one does is it converts pen and paper exams into computer-based means, such that a student will sit in front of the computer, take his test, run the computer will mark him and give him his result. So the cycle of collecting the answer sheets, giving it to one lecturer or one examiner somewhere, who will carry it to his house, 1 or 2 of them will drop off, not out of his error. When he's doing the collation, there is one boy out of his mistake. There is one boy, he doesn't like his face, or his handwriting is as bad as my own. He just say, I can't read this voice. He will just give me 5 or 4 over 10. With CBT, it doesn't happen. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, you fail. The beautiful thing about it is that it gives very, very level playing field to everyone. Even though candidates will write exams either for admission or large class exams within the school or any other type of exam, everybody has a level playing field. It's not that the lecturer doesn't like me, or the examiner don't like me, or JAM failed me, because they used to. There is nothing called computer hates me. Nothing like that will happen, in the sense that the amount of knowledge you require to pass a computer-based test is 95% of the subject matter. If you know the subject matter, you can't fail a CBT. But if you don't know the subject matter, of course you will blame your tool. So that is the difference between CBT and pen and paper exams. Now, maybe I should take you inside so that you can actually see what that is about 5% of the normal value. So if somebody wants to do CBT and you're ready to go when there is no light. So in this center we have 3 levels of power: the NEPA, the generator, and the inverter. So if you want to do any computer-based exam or any computer-based project, I don't have power. It is just here, you are sure. Now, this is just one of 9 that we have all over the country. In Maiduguri, in Unilag, in Ibadan, in Akure, in Mina, all over. And just like I was telling the Honorable Minister of Education earlier today, ETC is ready to conduct JAM exam in 2009. We are ready. All we need is for government to say so. We source funds to be able to put this in places without the contribution, 1 naira contribution of any of the host universities. because we know eventually this thing will catch on. In 2008, when we started, we did only 35,000 candidate exam in the University of Ilorin alone. As of today, we have done more than 2 million exams. And we have done for more than 23 different universities. In fact, in places that they don't have centers like this, we go there with laptops. We have thousands of laptops. We go there, do exam. In Katpoli, in ABU, wherever. You do the exam. At the end of the exam, you pack up your laptops and go back to
Carry your result.
Before you go, you deliver the result to the owner of the exam.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the intellectual property still belongs to the owner of the exam. Either the university, or JAM, or WAEC, or whoever. So collect their questions from them, load it onto the server, give them their result, pack your own envelope, and leave the place. That's the model we'll be running. For JAM, God willing, we'll be able to have the biggest network of computers in south of Sahara.
Let me break the news to you.
Yes, ma'am.
That JAM is flagging on its e-testing on Thursday. Thursday this week, that's next tomorrow.
Yes.
We are flagging up the e-testing for JAM exam.
Okay.
So in
Yes.
that capacity, we'll definitely be partnering with them. Because we will have more of the students that now seek for exam. Since we have all like this for you, some for others, we will
Yes.
utilize that. But it will not say that every exam is going to be on electronic. But
Okay.
we will do the best we can. Those people that can take through the electronic one, they can take.
Yes.
But those that are not really computer literate can still do their paper and pencil. And then
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. That's the model. That's the model we always preach. So you can't convert everything.
Yes.
Maybe come to the first one.
No, just sit, let me see you.
Okay, you want to take his own question is different from your own, even if you are saying I want to I want.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter, but
Yes.
we can distract you.
You are very correct.
Yes, all of them facing front, so I'm facing your back. Okay, facing your back.
Okay.
That's the way to design the thing, so that nobody will see.
Okay. The next one we will think about that. It means the hall will have to be bigger because we don't do front and back.
No, all you need now is that,
Everybody feels
everybody faces and the computer is seated behind.
The person advantage.
okay, sir. It's well written, sir. Every partition higher and let everybody feel even this one will
This one is the best way. No, but the partition should be the best way. The partition is back to the beginning of the best kind of
concentration.
that was that expo, that expo, big expo.
Thank you so much. I have one that you can do an exam.
Meanwhile, this is the best place because there is light here.
Yes.
Question and answer.
Minister, this is the National Good Governance. This is the National Good Governance Thought Team. You see them here. They are journalists from local and international media. They are leaders of civil society organizations. And this talk, who agreed with governors and Alcon and everybody to focus on development. To take the nation's attention back to issues of development and the welfare of citizens. Our people are just running democracy for the first time for 13 years. This is the longest we have run a constitutional government. And so people often are confused the difference between military rule and democracy. So when they see politicians quarreling and fighting and arguing, they just think nothing is happening. Because at that time the media focuses on personalities rather than the process and issues and development. And we've been trying to remove the media away from that psychology of focusing exclusively on personalities and discussing raw politics rather than the process and development. So we decided to go around because politicians, we are each other's nemesis. I think when I run you down, then I win the next election. And so the best thing I can do is to tell everybody that you are doing nothing, so that when next election comes, I will win. So when we keep running each other down, the ordinary citizen believes that nothing is happening. We decided to let people know that no, all the quarrels and disputes of democracy are about development.
So we decided to take them around the country to see the initiatives of the federal government, state government, local government, and even private organizations that are setting up industries and giving services to people. We have gone around, this is the 4th state, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th state, plus FCT 5. And we are all amazed that in every state, even if we stay for 10 days, we will never visit all the projects. We can't visit all the projects that are being implemented in any particular state. From health to education, to water supply, to agriculture, industry, and so on. We won't be able to visit them. And we're in BENUE on the tour. We've been here for 2 days. And this is one of the institutions we thought we should visit to see if there are development projects going on. And then we are also commissioning projects here today. This is the beauty of democracy. So I would like you to address the team. Let us know exactly what you have done here today. Maybe if you have other things you are doing in Benue State that you remember, in education, you will let them know. And then the VC will also speak briefly about the university. If they ask questions, they ask. We don't have to visit all the other projects because it's already night. But you can give us highlight of the projects we have commissioned today, and maybe other projects that are waiting for completion. That way we will have a grasp of what is happening in this University of Agriculture.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Let me welcome you warmly to the University of Agriculture, Makodi, and also welcome your team. Despite the fact that you must have been tired for the whole day, but we appreciate that you endeavor to come and see us, at least to see the little that we have in this university. What we have done today is commissioning of projects on behalf of His Excellency, Mr. President, in preparation of the 18th and 19th convocation ceremony that is coming up next week. We have just commissioned projects that include, if time had permitted, we would have seen the first one we commissioned was a very interesting one, even though small, but it is a feed mill. It is a kind of mill that they use in agriculture to produce feeding for the birds. So they source all the materials, about 10, 12 of them, which they are now sourcing. And exactly, poultry. And now they are using the tractor instead of generator, which is much cheaper, to now use the engine of the tractor and also grind the feed for this poultry that they have in this university. And what they are planning for is able to go commercial. So as we are coming up with exhibition in the education sector, I say that they will showcase that so that we compare them with the business community and we can now begin to commercialize what we do in the education sector. So we cannot see that, but that was done. And then we commissioned 3 lecture theaters, 2 500 capacity, 1 1,000 capacity. The 1,000 capacity theater has been furnished, which I wanted us to see, but of course, as rightly mentioned, Honourable Minister, we can't do that. It's already late. And then the 500, one of them furnished, one of them in the process. Some of the things that we have seen, the furnishing is on the way because it's like in phases. And we have also seen, which you have just seen, the College of Agronomy, which has been completed. But only the laboratories have been furnished. The offices and the lecture halls are waiting furnishing, but of course the order has been made. And in the next few weeks, if we are able to be here, we can see it completed. The beauty of that college is that the whole college is now in a new building, as you have seen. But then in addition to that, we also have commissioned a hostel block for female. We have problems or challenges with the hostels in terms of all our institutions. And we are even encouraging to partner with individuals and other business communities on PPP. Because no government can continue to construct hostels for the students. Like now we are talking about 15,000 students, we are only hosting. We have hostel for about just 2,000, you said? Only 2,000. So we need to now partner with people that can come and construct, and then we have a kind of PPP. And we also commissioned in veterinary medicine, the teaching hospital for veterinary medicine, which is also more like the college that we have seen. It's all new structure, even though the furnishing is also on the way, but it also looks impressive. So what I will say is that in this university today, we have commissioned projects for the Excellency, and I'm sure the VC will also add to the nitty-gritty of what we have done today. And of course, we have seen His Excellency, the Governor, we are partnering with him in terms of improving basic education too. We are talking of access, we are talking of quality, and we cannot do that in isolation of our state governments and local government chairmen. As you rightly know, that education is on the concurrent list. So the much we can do is to give our funding through UBEC and then oversee and coordinate with the state governors to ensure that things are going on. So we have agreed with the state governor here that we are even coming back to spend a day here where we will now partner more in terms of what we are doing in the education sector. So we welcome you warmly and we appreciate your patience. Please.
Honorable Ministers, let me just give you a brief of what has happened during my tenure of the last 5 years. Things that have happened that you won't touch. Let me start with accreditation. This university, unlike other universities, operates 3 sets of accreditations. One is what we call program accreditation. The second is professional accreditation. And the last is institutional accreditation. And within the last 5 years, we had 28 programs that we offer for accreditation, and 26 have received full accreditation, that is 93%. The only 2 that received interim accreditation, NUC came 2 weeks ago. They have looked at it, and they told me they are going to be given full accreditation. So by the time I leave office in the next few days, on the 19th, I won't be a VC here. We would have got all our programs 100% accredited. Now the professional accreditations will have the Veterinary Council of Nigeria and Quarren, the engineering. Now the Veterinary Council of Nigeria has come, accredited our programs in veterinary medicine, and have given us full accreditation lasting for 5 years. And so they won't be here for that kind of exercise until the next 5 years. Lastly is the institutional accreditation, which NUC goes around to assess universities based on governance, on financial management, on research, on ethos, on consultancy, on relationship, international and local. And when they did that exercise, December 2011, the University of Agriculture scored 76.5% and classified as an A university, one of the best universities in Nigeria. We have a student population of nearly 16,000, a little over 15,000. Like the minister said, accommodation is a problem. We have been trying to talk with private entrepreneurs for this. But as you know, students, the basic problem is how they can pay for the hostels when they are constructed. They have had several negotiations, up to 12 different enterprises. And it is only recently that we agreed on 50,000 naira per bed space with one company, which would start that program soon. But otherwise, fixing our prices has been a very, very big thing. Now, in the area of research, when I came on board, we were depending on 500,000 naira every year as grant from the federal government. What we did was to quickly settle down and mention to you that by today, we have been able to master research money to the tune of 638 million naira. So that has given our own staff to publish a lot. And during my tenure, we have promoted people to professorial rank. It's more than all the other years put together, because our staff now are very prolific by having access to research funds. And so, on and on. I want to thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for coming.
So I say we also commission postgraduate school, which I forgot to mention. Yes, today.
Today is the day of others. Because we commissioned Okay, now a few questions from the team. If you have questions, brief and to the point.
Mr. McCoffey, good that you're going through this good number of information, knowledge on different courses that has to do with our disciplines. And after that, we're
with the Minister of Agriculture. Because what that will mean is that instead of now relying on South Africa to be importing that enzyme, they will now fund us here to produce it massively that will be used by farmers. In the Institute of Food Security again, we realize that there are so many farmers who have got commercial agricultural credit scheme, which the government has been promulgating. They have been giving 2 billion, 1 billion to farmers. And many of these farmers don't have the know-how too much. In this university, we have developed a whole lineup of training of commercial farmers on how well they can do the farming so that the money they have got from the government will be productive instead of just using it for something that is not productive. So that is the extent to which we have gone. Finally, I want to say this to the Honorable Minister, that one of our constraints is this water system. This university had a contract under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Water Resources in those days. And that contract has been abandoned. When I came on board, we have been running up and down to revive this contract. The Minister of Environment was here, Water was here, and said they would do something. We have died, we haven't gotten that through.
What do you mean by water?
The water project, the contract they gave here was to make water available to the whole university community, starting right from the riverbank up to this way. We haven't got that yet. So water supply for the whole university. So what we have got now is limited. And we're looking forward to developing that if it is possible for that to happen. Recently, this flood that happened, we were affected. Our own system was completely submerged. Up to this time, we are not quite out of it yet. And so, irrigation is the thing that some of us have proposed as an alternative to depending on rain-fed agriculture. Because when flood comes and things are destroyed, you can give farmers improved seeds to look for the losses and regain. But what happens? The dry season will come, and if there is no food, then it creates a problem of imminent hunger. So some of us are proposing that we should be looking at dry season farming very, very seriously. And that involves irrigation. What we have done in this university, we are sitting on 8,000 hectares of land. And within the last few years, we have been trying to partner with private entrepreneurs. We have got one on soybean production, which has taken up, on BENUE, sorry, which has taken up 1,500 hectares. The other one is on soybean. That's the one with the Brazilians that we're still negotiating. That is going to use irrigation, even along with this one of Sigua on BENUE. So we realize that that is a very, very important concept that will bring the gap closure into this flooding matter. Okay, we are resuming on the 12th of November. We were on break, but we are resuming on 12th of November. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, You see our commitment to education. These are just the projects here, and ETF or tertiary education projects are located in virtually all the federal universities, state universities in the country. I'm sure we'll be giving you a summary. Maybe in one of the places we'll go, the minister will give us a scope of all the jobs that have been done. In addition to those ones that are executed, we still haven't been there in terms of infrastructure and all the universities. We just go the report of the NUC ASU assessment. And government is embarking in the process of getting the private sector to network with government for sustainable provision of infrastructure. What we are seeing here today is very impressive. And we pray that you will have to develop a culture to maintain what has been provided. Thank you very much.